Good morning, everyone. Okay, we'll continue our book reading this morning. The Toyota Way to Service Excellence by Jeffrey K. Liker and Karen Ross. We're still in chapter 4. It says the Toyota Way continues to evolve. Chapter 4 it says developing lean process. And it has been telling us a short story about the NL Corporation. Yesterday, we looked at striving for future states through small cycles of learning. And we also looked at the PDCA Circle 1, which is deeper dive at the Gemba. Today, we're looking at reflection, that is reflecting on the deeper dive at the Gemba. So we often think of PDCA at a macro level, where we develop a plan for the entire problem, then implement it, then check what happened, and then define further actions. In any effort to improve complex processes, there are many embedded PDCA loops. And PDCA does not necessarily mean we implement something. It can mean we check our assumptions through further study. In this case, the plan is determining what to study. For example, the 10-line problem and how it will be checked. Then the doing is going to the Gemba, to the study. Then we'll discuss what we saw and learn and define the next step. PDCA circle for the 10-line problem. Over the next 2 days, both teams will be surprised at the amount of progress that they could make with Lexi's help. Reviewing the data that they had gathered on the transaction with 10 or more lines and the list of obstacles that they had created, Kathy and Joe decided to concentrate on 2 things: finding ways to reduce the amount of interruptions that the credit transaction processors were having when entering email transactions, and seeing if there was a way to change the Excel templates that contain the transaction numbers they needed to enter. They put up 2 flip chart pages on the wall and brainstormed ideas. After about 20 minutes, they had generated 2 robust lists. Sitting down at the conference room table, Kathy pondered, "Joe, now that we have all these ideas, I'm just not sure how to choose which one or ones to try first." Joe agreed, "I'm not sure either. Maybe we should see what Leslie thinks." Leslie reviewed both lists of ideas with the team. "Excellent work," she said, standing back and looking at the list. "I can see how you're having trouble deciding, and also why you're tempted to try everything at once. So many good ideas that might help. However, remember when we talked yesterday about trying too many things at once? When we do that, we don't have a way of knowing what, if any of these things we tried moved us towards the target. In my experience, choosing one thing to change, trying it out and seeing what happens is a better way to learn about what works and what doesn't." Okay, the flip chart pages with ideas to improve 10-line or greater transaction. Like, it created a chart for problems and obstacles. They also created a chart for ideas to improve. You have reducing interruption and improving spreadsheet. So under reducing interruption, turn off pop-ups for email notification, turn up phone ringers, cover voicemail notification light on the phone, set up a new aux code on the phone to use when keying email transaction, key email transaction first thing in the morning when there are fewer calls, make a do not disturb sign for processors to use, create no interruption time during the day. Then the next one says improve the spreadsheet. So reduce number of columns so it's not so wide. Review columns and see if all are still needed. Hide columns without needed transaction. Find a way to sort so that the transaction in the same column. Don't print the spreadsheet. Copy and paste from the spreadsheet to the system. However, find a way. So these are the solutions they brought up, the ideas they brought up for improving the problems we read about on when they brought up these problems. When they brought up the charts containing the problems and the obstacles. Okay. So the meaning of PDCA is plan, do, check, and act, which is the formula they used when trying to bring out a problem. Like I said, the PDA circle for 10-line problem, which is what they did here. They brought up solution using the PDCA, that is plan. They planned to do some researches at the Gemba. They planned to do some organizations at the Gemba, that is the workshop. They also did some work to find out. They also carried out some experiments to find out where the problem is. They also checked, and the next thing they did was to act on it. And they provided ideas. They brought up many ideas that will improve the 10-line or greater transaction processes. And the 10-line transaction processes was one of the obstacles or problems that the NL service incorporation face. So tomorrow we'll look at which of these ideas provided, or which of these solutions provided on these 10-line problems that will be able to solve or bring about a solution to whatever problems they're having. So this is your stuff for reading this morning. Thank you.